Big man in the middle. And there's Jaden Parker, speaking of a big man in the middle for the Ospreys. First 2 points of the contest.
Ospreys coming out with some a good pace here early on, Brent. They're going to try to kind of run Eastern Kentucky tonight.
Eastern Kentucky, a newcomer to the A-Sun. Teams have just met twice. First time Eastern Kentucky has played here in Jacksonville. They'll get Jacksonville University on Saturday, part of the road trip. Good basketball program through the years and a good addition to the A-Sun as we've got a travel and a turnover by Blanton.
And that shot, and that travel violation was caused by Jaden Parker being good in rotations. He's going to be key tonight for the Ospreys on the interior with the absence of Jaden Abar.
You get a look at A.W. Hamilton, 2020 Ohio Valley Coach of the Year, NC State assistant. He's been now at Eastern Kentucky for 5 years, and their staff has been together for 4 or 5 years, and the continuity is king sometimes. They've built themselves a nice program at Eastern Kentucky. Second opportunity for the Ospreys, high off the glass, good body control by Carter Hendrickson, and it's 4-0 early for the homestanding Ospreys. Oh, that's going to be easy, too, as everyone went flying by, and Martin able to finish. Cozart able to finish, sorry.
And the Colonels are making an effort tonight to kind of test that Osprey interior defense with their pick and roll looks on offense.
Berry picked up the dribble, ball deflected into the backcourt, so no violation, but 5 on the shot clock now as Plaisir has it. Drives the lane, finds an opening, and able to get the shot to go. So a little desperation. He goes down for Plaisir, who's really been good in the month of February.
Yeah, he's really turned on his plays last few games for the Ospreys. So look for him to have a big game tonight, especially with the absence of A-Bar, as I keep mentioning. They're going to have the next man up mentality for the Ospreys going to be key.
Nice little back door, and Tayshawn Comer able to finish. Good look. Ball loose in the backcourt now. Bodies flying everywhere. That's not a travel somehow. Cozart able to get it and misses, and now a struggle for the basketball. We've got a jump ball. I'm not really sure how that wasn't a travel. Bodies flying all over the place. Great hustle all the way around. And I think it was Moreno as he slid 5 feet with the basketball on the ground. Matthew Driscoll there in his 14th season, 3-time A-Sun Coach of the Year, 5 regular season A-Sun championship titles. Back in the A-Sun tournament, as we just mentioned, JU's loss qualifies the Ospreys for the tournament, and they will be a dangerous team in March as now Moreno able to hit the 3 for Eastern Kentucky, and it's a 7-6 lead for the visitors. You can see the Colonels. They'll really get in your shorts.
Comer's doing a great job of pressuring the ball, extending the Osprey offense, kind of taking some seconds off that shot clock.
Plaisir just missed the left-handed layup. Made a nice move with that over pursuit. There will be opportunities for that. Just got to finish around the rim.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Three-pointer no good, and you can see the helter-skelter play, fast-paced, aggressive play of Eastern Kentucky. That three-pointer missed by Comer and cleared away, one and done for Carter Hendrickson.
And the Ospreys are going to make sure they team rebound tonight.
Eastern Kentucky good on the offensive glass this year. There's Plaisir, just misses. Good move to get the shot, just missed it.
Ospreys are getting some decent looks at the rim early on, Brent. They've got to continue to do that and convert some of those layup opportunities.
That's a step back 3, and how about Moreno? Wow. That looked like a backyard shot then, DeMarcus.
Yeah, he's feeling it early on. I watched him in warm-ups. He was making those with ease.
Good strong take. Carter Hendrickson working against Cozart. Back and forth we go, 10-8. Eastern Kentucky with the early lead. Hendrickson averaging 16 on the season. Oh, good pass to Cozart. Blent was able to find him. Blenton's been a bit quiet. Everybody else doing the work. Cozart with a couple.
That was a nice dish by Blanton, looking off Jarius Hicklen there, making him rotate out to the three-point line, finding Cozart underneath the rim. Easy slam.
underneath the basket. Now a kick out in the corner and a three for Jose Placer. Good extra pass by the Ospreys.
It's good inside-outside basketball by the Ospreys. They're forcing the defense to collapse toward Hicklen under the basket. Nice kick-out pass. Good balance, able to keep his pivot foot and find the open shooter in the corner.
You can see a little bit of fatigue out on the court already, right? Everybody expending energy, and we haven't had a whistle. It's 5.5 minutes into this game. We're waiting for that media timeout. There's the whistle and a bucket, an emphatic one, and a chance to go to the line for a three-point play for Isaiah Cozart, and that's how we head to our first timeout. You can tell these guys are excited to get to the bench, grab some water, and get a breather. 14-11, Eastern Kentucky on the road with the early lead on ESPN+.
So if I buy this today, I get free service for life?
Something like that. Congratulations.
Thanks. What is this?
Oh, it's standard. It's in the contract.
So I get all this for free?
Yeah, something like that.
I trust you too.
You can keep the pen.
Everything okay?
I'm just looking for the string.
The books are 100% free, no strings attached.
All the books an undergraduate will need, all free.
Welcome back, 14-11, and we've got exactly what we thought we'd get. A lot of offense, fast-paced play, aggressive play. Third meeting between these two, Eastern Kentucky, North Florida, and the first time, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the Colonels here in Osprey Land on the campus of the University of North Florida. Brent Martin along with DeMarcus Bebe Daniels and Leo O'Brien here on a Wednesday night on ESPN+. You still going by Bebe?
Yeah, man.
That just sticks, man.
29 years strong.
I'll tell you what, they probably want to suit you up there in the middle. They could use a little depth tonight with no Jonathan Abar, right?
I got 5 fouls I can use.
So do I, but they don't want me in there. Wrestling and tussling for the rebound, and the Ospreys able to come away with it. It's 14-11. It's the score. 3-point opportunity missed by Cozart. He's been very good early on in the game. Fun game, fun start. And that's one thing you got to be careful of. We've seen them pick up the dribble a couple of times, but the way they press their defense and are aggressive, you got to be careful of that, right?
Yeah, you can extend your defense, get yourself in bad position. So you still got to be aggressive but disciplined at the same time.
2 to go on the shot clock. Hicklen's got to get rid of it, and that's going to be a foul and a bailout foul. As Hicklen was trying to get the shot up before the shot clock expired, it expired as the whistle came, and Hicklen fortunate to end up at the free throw line on that possession.
Yeah, very fortunate. Great defensive possession by Eastern Kentucky there. You play solid defense. Had the guy kind of shuffling, stumbling his way towards the rim. You bail him out with a reach-in foul.
Michael Moreno hit a couple of threes. He's got 6 points. Here's the end of that play. And he did get them. I mean, it's a good call. It just happened on a good time for the Ospreys, a bad time for Eastern Kentucky. Isaiah Cozart with 6 points early on, 3 rebounds. He's a block machine, by the way. He's got the single-season record at Eastern Kentucky, and this season is still going. He's going to push himself way in a certain distance for the Colonels in their record books. A lot of good players on this Eastern Kentucky team, and no surprise, we're 18-11 overall, 11-5 in ASUN play. One of the teams to beat come next week in the ASUN tournament.
They're going to be dangerous. They're very versatile and they're good defensively.
Pretty
that
move
skill on offense. We saw right there by Delonte Blend and also by Moreno with his step-back 3. So they have shot creation and good pressure on the balls we're seeing right now.
Well, you just said it, shot creation. We saw Moreno, and now you see Blanton, and Blanton can light it up. We already featured him in the broadcast earlier on, but I mean, shot creation is a great way to say it, and they just did it a couple of times already. Placer's missed a couple close to the basket. Did a good job getting down there, just couldn't finish. 3-point deficit for the Ospreys, who also will be dangerous next week when this ASUN tournament begins, because let's be honest, they are a veteran team. They've got firepower, and when they start clicking, they are a tough team to beat. But it's a 5-point deficit right now for UNF.
And you never want to face a team that can get hot from behind the three-point line like UNF can, with the number of shooters they have on their roster.
Placer goes baseline, kicks it back, or looks to kick it back, and then finds Chaz Lanier in the corner, and Lanier hits the three. So a nice job by Placer, who is double-teamed, had an open man, and Lanier hits the shot.
You can't panic under the pressure. You have to be aware they're going to blitz you when you drive baseline. Just accept it, find an open guy. Guys have to do a good job of moving off the ball as well.
Well, speaking of open guys, it was wide open for Yukamato, but he misses. Here's Lanier now. Over to Hendrickson in the corner. Dorian James in the game for the Ospreys. Can't get the shot to go down. I think he had what he wanted there, just couldn't finish.
Yeah, good position there.
18-16 is our score in the early going. Mid-range jumper no good by Leland Walker. And here come the Ospreys. They've got some numbers that they want to run. Hicklen in transition, too strong. Hendrickson tries to draw contact, no call, gets it back, misses. And now here comes Eastern Kentucky on the run.
Great effort there by Carter around the bucket. Create some opportunities for himself, just unable to make them.
Yukamato was going one way, and the ball was going another way, and that's a turnover and gets us to another timeout. Fast-paced, energetic, aggressive game. We've got an 18-16 score. This is going to be a fun 31 minutes and 28 seconds left here on ESPN+.
Welcome back into UNF Arena, where Eastern Kentucky has taken a 2-point advantage, and their signature full court press defense is on full display. In talking to UNF associate head coach Bobby Ken in pregame, he said that this press defense is unlike anything that the Ospreys have seen during ASUN play, and it's something you can't really prepare for, because at this stage of the season, you don't want to run ragged and try to simulate that sort of defense in practice. You want to stay fresh. The only experience that the Ospreys can really draw upon is when they played, wait for it, #1 Houston all the way back on December 6th. Coach Kennan telling me that the Ospreys quite simply just have to not overthink. They have to simply play, attack, and take open shots. Brent and DeMarcus, back to you.
Thanks, me, O'Brien, and we are back in action here at UNF Arena on a Wednesday night on ESPN+. Glad to have you along. 18-16, Eastern Kentucky in the lead. Just gone back and forth. And we're going to see that defense on display for all 40 minutes, no doubt about it. Ja Enzi in the game for the Ospreys. That shot misses. Now a turnover on the other end. Here comes Dorian James. Give it back to Hicklen. Hendrickson in transition. Fakes it, then delivers the three and gets it to go. So he felt good after one dribble and knocks it down.
I think he kind of adjusted, left it short the last time down. He said, all right, man, I got this.
One thing about him, he's not going to be shy to shoot it, right? He never loses confidence, which is a good thing. And he knocks it down, and he gives the Ospreys the lead, 19-18. Good passing. Holt now for three. That was off the whole way. And Hendrickson's really playing strong underneath the basket.
He's doing a great job attacking the ball off the boards.
This is a time, actually, as he has the ball knocked out of there and going back the other way. This is a time where Parker's on the bench. Abar would normally be in, but suspended for this game. Dorian James, Carter Hendrickson don't have to play good in the post, right?
Petey for being camped in the lane there. He had position early. Eastern Kentucky, unfortunately, didn't see him. He's all right, I'm open, but you got to get out of the lane.
Yeah, Capiti called for a 3-second violation, comes out of the game. Moreno into the game, and so is Kozart. Both of those guys with 6 points to lead the way for Eastern Kentucky. Now we see some pressure.
Now back to Carter. He's the type of guy, he's not going to shy away from this added responsibility for this Osprey ball club. He lives for these type of moments, so he's ready to step up to the challenge.
Hicklen, top of the key, step back three, got it to go. Really might be the key to next week is getting Jarius Hicklen consistently shooting the basket well, because he's a weapon if they do that.
That he is. He kind of struggled for the first 7-8 games of conference play, kind of reverted back to his mean the last 4 or 5 games. So they can get him going. They're going to be really dangerous to play.
Well, you know how this works, DeMarcus. You know, you make some shots, your defensive intensity picks up. Everything picks up, your energy, right?
That's right.
As a one and done, and that's important here tonight. This is a good offensive rebounding team, and then Hicklen just throws it away. James was coming out, I think, to get the screen. That ball is missed. Shot is missed by Holt by a lot. Some indecision by Eastern Kentucky. Shoot it or not, or pass it, and it cost them a turnover there.
They had a couple guys open who should have taken the shot. Despite the contest, kind of long contest, you got to take those shots. Nice step back there by Jarius Hicklen. We talk about the shot creation for the Eastern Kentucky Colonels, but the Ospreys also have some guys that can create shots off the bounce, and Jarius Hicklen, Carter Henderson, and Jose Placer.
Yeah, good sign. Ospreys with 4 threes already in this basketball game. Top teams, one of the top teams in the country with 10 a game. Here's Enzi. He missed everything there. And he can shoot it. That's a little surprising.
And that he can. Scored 2,600 or so odd points in high school. So he's a guy that can put the ball in the basket. Just hasn't been able to find himself into the Osprey rotation here in his freshman season. But that doesn't mean he can't still score the ball.
Placer, Enzi, Hendrickson, Oscar Berry back in the game. Dorian James, those are the 5 for the Ospreys. They lead by 4 with 8:40 to go in the first half. Talk about running out on the shooter. Berry certainly did that, but the offensive rebound, there it is, and Kozart able to get the left-handed shot to go in.
Not only are they athletic, but they also send a lot of guys to the bucket.
Here's Enzi in the corner, strong again. He's got a lot in his legs right now. Wide open look it was, and now Enzi has the steal. And an opportunity for an easy 2, and he makes it happen.
And that's good for his confidence. Missed his first 2 shots. Look, he kind of hesitated in the second one that he was thinking about it a bit. So good for him to get the ball right in his hands, get a layup.
Eastern Kentucky a little sloppy with the basketball here in the last couple of minutes. Trying to get it inside to Kozart. Got definitely a size advantage against Enzi. Now Blanton. Moreno's already hit 2 threes. How about 3 threes?
The basket is very wide for him right now.
Placer kicks it to Berry. Berry will line up for a 3. That's going to be off. And a good rebound by Kozart. Oh, that is a deep 3. No good. In transition by Blanton, who's been a bit quiet on the scoring end here in the early going. And it's not so early anymore. We've played 13 minutes. Placer working through traffic, and there's Kozart. Single season block record holder at Eastern Kentucky. One of the best in the conference. And he shows it right there. They can get after it in a lot of different ways, but right now the Ospreys cling to a 1-point lead here at home. 7:06 to play in the first half on ESPN+.
So if I buy this today, I get free service for life?
Something like that. Congratulations.
Thanks. What is this?
Oh, it's standard. It's in the contract.
So I get all this for free?
Yeah, something like that.
I trust you too.
You can keep the pen.
Everything okay?
I'm just looking for the string.
The books are 100% free. No strings attached.
All the books an undergraduate will need, all free.
Are you ready for the ASUN Championship? Here's everything you need to know as we get closer to the postseason. Let's break it down by the numbers. The top 10 teams earn their way into the tournament. Action begins with 2 first-round matchups between seeds 7 through 10. All 9 of the tournament games take place on campus sites with the higher seeds hosting, which gives you the perfect opportunity to cheer on your squad. From February 27th to March 5th, it's ASUN Madness. We'll see you there.
Isaiah Cozart, the best in school history for a single season for Eastern Kentucky, and they've had some fantastic players over the years showing that skill once again. A block against Jose Plaisir, and he continues to extend that record that he has set here in this 2022-23 season. EKU is 25th in the country in blocks per game at nearly 5. That's a big difference. You guys know that. Back your teams, you guys would get that stuff out of there around the rim, right?
Yeah, that's always a nice luxury to have if you're a guard. You got big guys like Isaiah Cozart protecting the rim for you.
That is DeMarcus Daniels. I'm Brent Martineau, along with me, O'Brien, here on ESPN Plus on a Wednesday night as Jose Plaisir peels off, tries to hit the 3, can't get it to go, but Oscar Berry gets the rebound, and Hicklen buries the 3.
We got some extracurricular activities going on under the basket.
That's going to be a big play for the Ospreys because it's a 3 that goes down and then a foul against Eastern Kentucky.
Take a look at it here. There's a clear push in the back there by Cooper Robb. Good call by the official.
A chance for a big possession for the Ospreys. They now lead by 4. Instead, they just throw it away. Strong take somehow amongst 4 Ospreys. Blanton's able to come away with the offensive rebound. Comer hits the 3, so a big swing right there. Ospreys just throw it away off the inbounds, can't clear the rebound, and then a 3.
Yeah, that's a huge swing there for the Ospreys. You got to be able to at least get a bucket or a shot towards rim that under out of bounds opportunity. You can't give up second chance point.
27-26, 6:16 counting to go in the first half. It's been a fun one so far. And now a wide open 3 for the Ospreys. Oh, how did that not go down for Plaisir? Overall, how are the Ospreys doing defensively?
I think they're doing a decent job, especially considering they're kind of undersized in the paint. There's a nice look there by Isaiah Cozart and pushing the rim. The Ospreys doing a good job of sealing down from the backside, preventing those over-the-top opportunities.
Rob fell down, and that led to an easy layup for Jarius Hicklen.
The crowd loved that one.
Yeah. I don't know if he just slipped or it was beneficiary of a heck of a move. Here's Hicklen again, and a lot of contact, no call, and now we do get a call, an offensive foul, a late whistle there. Basket does not count, and too much of the shoulder from Hicklen.
I don't know about that one.
That's a tough one, a lot of contact, and usually a whistle's going to blow in one way or another. They called it on Jarius Hicklen. Neither team can really take control of the game. Yeah, Eastern Kentucky led by a few, as much as 5. And then back came the Ospreys. They take a 4-point lead. They had a chance to even mount that lead more and can't capitalize. And here we are. It's a 3-point game with about 5 minutes to go and a whistle on the Ospreys. Oscar Berry called for it. I would say both probably pretty satisfied with where they're at, right? I mean, it hasn't been perfect, but they're obviously, if you're Eastern Kentucky, you're on the road, you're within shouting distance, a possession away. And if you're the Ospreys, this isn't a bad start.
Yeah, especially if you're Eastern Kentucky with the number of their turnovers. That's uncharacteristic for their team. So you know their coach isn't going to be happy with their turnovers. But despite all that, to only be down 3 points on the road, you got to be happy with that.
Oh, the pass came too quick by Moreno to Cozart. He wasn't looking, and there's turnover number 8. Hendrickson back in the game. Aggressive, lefty, too strong, and Cozart affecting that shot as well.
He does a great job contesting shots, blocking shots without fouling, Brent.
Blanton is the dangerous scorer, although there are many for Eastern Kentucky, but he's been quiet. Just has 2 points. Here's Comer looking to work. Good step back against Plaisir, and can he hit the shot? No, he can't. Hicklen one and done.
Great box out there by Oscar Berry against Cozart.
They had like 2-on-2 basketball if they wanted it. Eastern Kentucky very slow getting back on that rebound. Now Hicklen will take the 3 and miss the 3. (29-26) our score. A little bit of a stalemate right now the last couple of moments.
And both teams kind of settling in on defense. Kind of doing a good job extending the shot clock for the opposing offense.
There's Blanton. He gets a good look, but just couldn't get the bounce. There's that shot creation again. That was in a beautiful spot to knock it down. Just didn't go down.
Yeah, you can tell that's a shot he'll live with. He'll take that shot 9 times out of 10.
Good steal by Rob, too. He saw exactly what was coming and helped from the top of the key. There's Carter Hendrickson who answers. Not a good pass by Comer. That was telegraphed. And now a 3-point shot by Hendrickson. He's got a couple, and it's a 6-point lead. After all that, the Ospreys go up by 6, their biggest lead of the game.
Very, very sloppy play by both teams early on here. A lot of turnovers. I don't know if it's the kind of fatigue. We had that extended media the first 6-7 minutes out. Guys haven't really caught their breath, but some mental errors showing up here.
That's another miss. Cozart, though, with a good grab, and he gets the bucket. So there's that second chance opportunity. Eastern Kentucky very good at that. Early in the season, the Ospreys struggled defending that. They've gotten better as the year has gone on.
They've done a better job of rebounding, as you said, on defensive end, and that's going to be key here tonight.
Here's Parker now. Works against Cozart and really was pushed too far off from the basket, most likely.
And that's what you want to do as a post defender. You want to extend the guy's catch, make him take the shot as far away from the rim as possible.
Perry doing a pretty good job of defense against Blanton, but Blanton able to create his own shot and knock it down 32-30.
Yeah, he's going to keep going to work into his spots. Good defense there by Oscar Berry, just better offense by Blanton.
Now a kick and a whistle and a thank goodness for both sides, because again, this was a long run to the media timeout, and you can see it on the faces of these guys. There's a lot of energy being expended, and that timeout is a welcome thing for both sides. 32-30, North Florida in the lead by a couple. 2:19 to go in the first half on ESPN+.
2-point ball game here at UNF Arena, and even before the UNF Ospreys knew that Jonathan Abar would be unavailable for tonight's game, they knew that there would be a mismatch in the front court. Get this one, Isaiah Cowart, 52 pounds on Jaden Parker in terms of center versus center. You combine the fact that Michael Moreno, 6'7", Devontae Blanton, 6'7". Now Carter Hendrickson and Dorian James having to play more at the forward position with Abar out of this one. It's clearly a mismatch that A.W. Hamilton and the EKU staff were hoping to exploit here tonight, encouraging Cozart every media timeout in this first half to get back on defense. And yet here we are at the under 4 timeout, and while yes, EKU leads the way in the rebounding margin, they only lead the offensive rebounding margin 6-4. That's their bread and butter. That is where they rest their hat on. And yet UNF, an undersized UNF, hanging so far in this one. Brent?
Thanks, Mia O'Brien, Brent Martineau, along with DeMarcus Bebe Daniels, former UNF star, here on this court at UNF Arena as we come back to action with a couple minutes to go in the first half. Jarius Hicklen tries to knock down a 3, and he nails one, stops the bleeding from Eastern Kentucky, and makes it a 5-point lead.
And Leland Walker kind of looked over at the coach and said, like, hey, coach, what do you want me to do? The guy got beat off the bounce, and he just kicked it out for a wide-open 3. You want me to stay? You want me to go help? And the coach just shook his head.
There's a foul by Carter Hendrickson. A lot of contact there, and there'll be a couple of shots. I just saw your name even gets up there, and you have Bebe in quotes, like your nickname. I need a nickname, I guess, to get up here on ESPN Plus so I can be Brent something. Martineau.
All right, we got a mission for halftime. Let's figure out a nickname for you.
Maybe it's just something. 35-30. The Ospreys, they called that on the floor, so it wasn't a shooting foul. Almost a travel. You know, Eastern Kentucky has 10 turnovers. And I wanted to ask you about this. As this helter-skelter play continues, the Eastern Kentucky Colonels will keep the basketball. Eastern Kentucky coming off an overtime game and a road trip. One less day to prepare because it's a Wednesday game. And to be honest, they look a little fatigued at times in these long stretches. So it certainly could be playing a factor with their turnovers and some of their play, right?
Yeah, as you mentioned, I think a key point is the one less day can kind of take guys out of their rhythm in terms of what they do in practice. Instead of having maybe a day off and then maybe you just shoot around a light practice, maybe they practice hard.
Wow, Carter Hendrickson.
Great shooting there by Carter Henderson. You never seem to shoot the ball well out from the outside early on, but I think that day off plays a key here in the turnovers for Eastern Kentucky, Brent.
Well, yeah, I think, again, on the road, and the Ospreys coming off the road, and obviously the emotion of that game against Austin Peay, but they're at least at home sleeping in their own bed. So one extra day for them in terms of the travel. There's an offensive foul, too. So this is a huge moment in the last minute for the Ospreys. It was a 2-point lead when we came back from commercial break. And now it's an 8-point contest. Hicklen 3, Hendrickson 3, offensive foul and another turnover. That's a dozen now.
Yeah, if you're UNF, this is where you want to extend that lead to double digits. You got to make sure you get a shot. Don't turn the ball over yourself. Those are the big possession for UNF Ospreys right here.
Bossier now is going to fire up a 3 in transition, and he misses.
A good contest there by Capita. I don't know about that look for Jose.
Yeah, it seemed a little rush, and then back on the other end, Leland Walker able to answer. So big turn of events.
There's at least a 4-point swing there. You take a rush shot, and now you're putting yourself in a bad position. Get back in transition defense. Walker able to convert there on the pull-up jumper.
Not only that, Eastern Kentucky will get another possession out of the half because of the quick shots on both ends. Here's Hendrickson. He'll take a shot and try to hit another 3, and no good. And Walker skies up for the rebound. And now you've got one shot left in the half. So this could have been a 10-point game going into halftime. Now Eastern Kentucky with a chance to take some momentum into the locker room.
Ospreys got to dig in defensively here. Stay in front of their man on the ball and make sure you don't allow any second chance opportunities once the shot goes up.
8 seconds to go, and a steal by Hicklen. Pickpocket. Now Hendrickson throws it down. Reverse layup, reverse dunk. And Carter Hendrickson puts an exclamation point on the first half. That will be no good. And the Ospreys get the momentum going to the locker room, 40-32. Jarius Hicklen sets up Hendrickson for some fireworks at the end of the half.
With the strip there by Jarius Hicklen, looks up, sees Carter streaking down the court, and Carter with a little flavor on that one, Brett.
It did. It surprised me with a little bit of that flavor. Got it to go. Carter Hendrickson had a big first half from outside and inside. and big-time energy. The Ospreys lead at 40-32 at the break, looking for a big win. They've already punched their ticket to the A-Sun tournament next week. We'll be back on ESPN+.
Thanks, Brent. Joined now by Associate Head Coach Bobby Ken. And Bobby, obviously an explosion here in that last 2-minute stanza. What did you see from your squad?
Well, we did a great job defensively a lot of the half, and we just weren't getting good shots on the offensive end. We finally started sharing the ball and spraying it out. They're tremendous in interior defense. We can't keep taking it to them. We've got to draw them in and spray it out, make the extra pass and get the shot. We started doing some of that.
Outside of Moreno and Cozart, you really stopped.
Be a big factor.
That's going to be huge. Him being able to avoid those fouls, kind of steal some minutes here in the second half.
First possession of the second half, Oscar Berry hits a three, and they balloon it to 11. Good design right off the first possession.
Yeah, they kind of use EKU's defensive pressure against them there. Jarius Hicklen able to get the ball into the paint, find Oscar Berry wide open in the corner.
On the other end, there's Blanton, who had a quiet first half with just 4 points, but he can light it up now. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah, don't fall asleep on a guy like who's able to score the ball in so many ways like that. He's very talented.
Coming off a 27-point performance. Eastern Kentucky, very impressive. They've got guys that can really create, as we've highlighted here tonight. Jaden Parker creates as well, an easy two.
That's a design play call there. Kind of slipped the screen from Dorian James. Look behind, got Jaden Parker crashing down the lane.
That's Osprey basketball to start the second half in the first minute. A three wide open, nail it. A dunk, nail it.
Coach Driscoll's very happy with the first two possessions for the Ospreys in the second half.
There's Blanton. He's looking to get his shot. Wants to try to get hot, you can see early on, but he misses that one.
And good. Give credit to Oscar Berry there on defense here against Blanton in this game. He's done a good job keeping his chest kind of attached to Blanton and making him shoot over him.
Parker draws the foul. Look at Parker on the dunk. That was all about the find. I believe they got Moreno on the foul there. I think he took the brunt of it. So the Ospreys up by 11. Beautiful start to the second half after a fantastic finish to the first half. Ten seconds to go. We'll shake and bake for Hicklen. Dorian James now has it. Working on the block. 4 to go on the shot clock. Off the glass and in.
Good recognition there by Dorian James. Realized he has a smaller player on him. And there he is showing off his soccer skills.
I was about to save you right there, Bebe Daniels. Quick hands over here. But Coach A.W. Hamilton got it instead.
Good patience there by Dorian James in the paint. The shot clock winding down, kissing it off the glass.
Terrific offensive start. And now a turnover again. That's number 13 for Eastern Kentucky as they airmail it into the second row.
And when you turn the ball over that many times, you're putting a lot of pressure on your defense. You got to get some shots toward the basket.
Right now the defense is 0 for 3 on second half possessions. Still wondering why Carter Hendrickson isn't in the lineup. I don't see him on the bench. That got the crowd going, and now a travel or double dribble by Jaden Parker.
Yeah, he bobbled it on the catch and put it down a second time. Last time I checked this, now I know they're changing the rules in basketball. They want to increase offense, but I think that one's still illegal, Brent.
Placer had everybody oohing and ahhing, but just didn't put the shot up for the finish. It's a couple of times tonight for the Ospreys on the offensive attack. Now Rob catches, shoots the three, misses, and then saves his own rebound way out to Comer. Good play.
Good IQ there, recognizing where his guy's going to be on that missed shot.
Rob tries to shovel pass, but just missed everybody except for the Ospreys. Now Berry lobs it up to Parker. He's able to get the soft touch bounce. That was a tough catch.
And there again, there's those turnovers from EKU coming back to bite them, Brent. I think there's 3 turnovers here early on in the second half. And that was a point of emphasis for them in the locker room. So unfortunate for them, they're not able to cut down on those turnovers.
Meanwhile, the Ospreys are 4 for 4 in the second half shooting the basketball. So everything going right. And Blanton able to get the shot to stop the bleeding, at least for now. But it's a 13-point game. Ospreys doing everything right in the first segment of the second half. Another lob pass to Parker, and Parker working on the glass in the second half. That's 6 points
That's a laser of a pass from Jose from about 27 feet right into the hands of Jaden Park underneath the rim.
A little contact underneath, no call. Blant able to get the rebound, and now there's a call against Dorian James. That will send Cozart to the free throw line. 3.5 minutes in. I'll tell you what, I feel like Cozart looks fatigued. Again, there's some just signs that there's a little bit of fatigue on the Eastern Kentucky team. That day difference, I wonder how much of a factor it is, because Parker has a bunch of energy. And Cozart was late a couple of times so far on this end, early in the second half. We'll see if that keeps up.
Take a look at that nice pass by Jose Placer there. And back to Cozart, and they're relying on him to do a lot for their defense because of all the turnovers. He's having to contest a lot of shots at the rim, spending a lot of energy. So that'd be a thing for the Ospreys. They can continue to attack him, maybe get him some foul trouble. But he's coming out now to be able to get a chance to catch his breath.
Yeah, he's going to get a breather, and a well-earned one. 51-38. The Ospreys looking good here on a Wednesday night, up by 13 against one of the best teams in the A-Sun. Parker hands it to Chaz Lanier. Still haven't seen Carter Henderson in the second half. He led everybody with 15 points in the first half. And now Lanier able to get easy offense. This is easy offense for the Ospreys.
They're playing one-on-one basketball in the interior and doing a good job moving the ball on their drives.
Capiti, easy offense on his side. Just a layup line drill.
And that's a great setup there by Delonte Blanton.
A little pressure for Eastern Kentucky, but it hasn't been super effective, especially in the full court. Ospreys are 5 for 5 from the field here in the second half. Oscar Berry started it with a triple. Lanier's been, Hicklen, this is with the basketball, has been sensational tonight. Now Lanier in the corner. Three, he got it. He's 3 for 3 on the night. A big 8 points for Chaz Lanier, and it's a 16-point lead.
And he was key in their victory last week on the road against Lipscomb, back playing at home in front of his family, and he's continuing that shooting tonight.
He was perfect from the field back home in that game. 6 for 6. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Now a wide open 3 is missed by Rob, excuse me. It's all Ospreys in this opening 5 minutes of the second half. Now an easy pass to Parker, position on Moreno, and he's got 8 points in the second half. And that's a timeout on the floor by Eastern Kentucky. All Ospreys, they've extended an 8-point lead to an 18-point advantage here at home with under 15 to go on a Wednesday night in Jacksonville, Florida on ESPN+. The Ospreys have ballooned an 8-point halftime lead to 18 points. 5 minutes into this second half. Fred Martineau along with DeMarcus Daniels. We have not seen Carter Hendrickson here in this second half. Let's get an update on that with Mia O'Brien right now.
Thanks, Fred. Carter Hendrickson has rejoined the Ospreys on the bench. As you can see, he's clearly talking to head coach Matthew Driscoll right now. He is clutching what looks like his left arm. Now, I'm told by talking with members of the athletic training staff that this is not injury-related, kind of with a smile and a wink. We're wondering if it actually might be illness-related, but again, no speculation, no specifics as to what has sidelined Carter Hendrickson so far here in this second half. I can report, though, that he and head associate AD for sports performance, Fred Burnett, did just come out of the locker room about 2 minutes ago. Fred staying with Carter in the locker room, and again, he has now returned to the bench. Does not look to be a visible injury of any sort, and when I asked the training staff, they kind of just winked and said not injury related. His official status is listed as questionable. Brent and DeMarcus, back to you.
Thanks, Mia. We'll keep our eye on Carter Hendrickson, and I guess what's really impressive is the Ospreys are doing this in the second half without him, and he had 15 points in the first half. No basket. That'll be an offensive foul. And while Mia was talking, giving us an update, A.W. Hamilton's about to go out of his mind because Eastern Kentucky committed its 15th turnover of this basketball game. And you can add that one to the list because it's an offensive foul. We take a break. When we come back, more basketball on ESPN Plus with the Ospreys leading 58-40 here in Jacksonville.
Championship action is when the ASUN is at its finest. That's why you'll want to visit asunphotos.com. ASUN Photos is present at every ASUN championship, capturing the action, including those must-have shots you may have missed or want to save for a memory. We understand your passion, so when you want to relive those favorite moments, players, and special memories, start with the experts from asunphotos.com.
Burgers, better with Pepsi.
At VyStar Credit Union, you inspire us to deliver on our promise, to do good for our members and our communities. That's why we offer more banking options, like better rates and no hidden fees. We also give back, donating several $1 million to hundreds of nonprofits each year. Better financial lives, stronger communities. That's our focus. VyStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better.
Sandwiches, better with Pepsi.
If sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down, then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, drink me. Michelob Ultra, superior light beer.
Hey, you get a look at Ozzy the Osprey. Plenty to cheer about here at UNF Arena on a Wednesday night. A little quirk in the schedule with a Wednesday-Friday week. Still a nice crowd out here at UNF Arena. It's been a fantastic year inside this arena with all the new renovations at CSI Companies Court. Brett Martineau along with DeMarcus Daniels and Mia O'Brien on this Wednesday night. And we've got the ball that goes out of bounds as Placer's in trouble. And now Eastern Kentucky trying to force the issue a little bit.
And they got Jose caught in the no-man zone there right before the half-court line, brought some pressure. Osprey's got to be aware of that as we get further into the second half.
Once again, Carter Hendrickson had 15 points in the first half. He has not played in the second half, but the Ospreys have ballooned an 8-point halftime lead to an 18-point lead with 14 minutes to go in the second half. We got a whistle, and I think a little clock malfunction, so they'll fix that with 14 minutes to go. Here you see Matthew Driscoll. How about Matthew Driscoll and the Ospreys in February? You know, they get off to that rough start with all the guaranteed games and the tough schedule. and 4-2 this year in February. The 2 losses are by 2 points each. 64-38 in his career at UNF at February. This is the time you're supposed to be playing the best basketball, and the Ospreys look to be doing it. How about Lanier?
Good second effort there, but
oh, they say they touched it.
Yeah, it was still on the rim. It was still on the rim.
Did he touch it?
Yeah, he touched it.
He touched it.
He touched it.
He didn't need to.
Look, it was going to roll right in.
I don't think. Did he touch it? Yeah, I guess he did. He got a finger on it, huh? He was perfect from the floor. You know what's going in.
Yeah. I think it might be his first. I guess count that as a first miss in 3 games.
This has got to be an interesting watch for Eastern Kentucky fans. They probably don't recognize this team.
No,
they are not playing well.
Not with all the turnovers, Brent.
But missed shots, missed opportunities, like just a lot. It's not the way they play. I mean, they're 18-11, 11-5, very good team. This is just not one of their best efforts of the season right now, especially in conference play.
No, not at all. And credit to the Ospreys. Their defensive strategy with the absence of the A-bars kind of thrown this Eastern Kentucky team for a loop on offense.
Plus here with the basketball, 10 seconds to shoot. The Ospreys have been brilliant on offense here in the second half, 8 of 10 shooting the basketball. That one misses, but look at Dorian James there to battle high off the glass and get it in. He wanted to foul as well. It's now 60-40, the largest lead of the game. Now an offensive foul, another offensive foul. It's a frustrated team here in Jacksonville for this Eastern Kentucky Colonels roster. And that was Capiti with the offensive foul.
And that's an easy call for the official with a switch, a smaller guy guarding a bigger guy there. You got to kind of take your time and realize that he's going to go for the charge opportunity. He's going to absorb your contact and fall right to the ground. So you got to make sure you don't drop your shoulder, and that's what the officials got Capiti for there.
Just to let everybody know, Eastern Kentucky leads the league in offensive rebounds per game. Tonight they have 9. The Ospreys have 4, so they've got the advantage. Rebounds per game, 28-20 advantage for Eastern Kentucky. Scoring offense, well, obviously they're down 20 points on the scoreboard, and things are not falling, especially in the second half for them. Steals per game, they have 5 steals, but the Ospreys have 8 tonight. And turnover margin. Well, the turnover margin is the story in this game. 16 turnovers for Eastern Kentucky, 7 for the Ospreys. They flipped the script. And now another whistle. Sometimes you can just sense teams are frustrated. Eastern Kentucky feels that way.
Yeah, they're very frustrated with themselves and also maybe a little bit with the officials with some kind of 50-50 calls that haven't gone their way, kind of compounding the way they're playing in this second half. But I wouldn't count them out. They're an experienced ball club. They're very talented, as we've mentioned several times. So Ospreys got to continue to keep their foot on the gas here.
Well, I guess that's what's surprising about it. They're terrific. And didn't see this performance coming so far. Parker really working hard on the glass. Can't get the roll, though. And now he's diving all over the floor, and he has the basketball, and he saves it to Dorian James. Jaden Parker playing excellent, and now a steal on the other end. So nice anticipation by Walker, and then he turns it over. He just lost the basketball, and really that's the story of the night for Eastern Kentucky.
And that's unfortunate there for Walker. He did a great job reading that pass, able to come away with the steal and kind of lost the handle and just led to another turnover.
How about Jaden Parker, the way he started this second half? Remember, there's a story here going into this game. Is Jaden Parker really is the lone big for the Ospreys? Jonathan Abar suspended for this game. Parker's been brilliant. Placer has had a quiet night. Tough night shooting the basketball. Everybody else has been pretty good. Enzi tries to nail the 3, but misses. He's 0 for 3 from downtown. There's Blanton, and there's Parker again.
And that's his best skill there, Brent. His timing with shot blocking. He's one of the great shot blockers here that play for the Ospreys, and the turnover there for Jose.
Make sure Jose Placer is okay as 2 points go in the other way. And now he's grabbing his left ankle, and that's something to keep an eye on for Jose Placer. That would not be good. He's still on the floor, and we're going to take a timeout, and we're going to keep our eye on Jose Placer as well during this timeout. We'll give you an update when we come back. 60-42, Ospreys in the lead with 11:43 to go from UNF Arena.
We're back and we begin with an injury update. Jose Placer helped off the floor by the training staff, but immediately walked to the bench and was not evaluated by the UNF athletic training staff. He is not checking back right now, but he does appear that he could be available later in this game. Of course, up 18, it'll be curious to see if the senior does reappear in this one for UNF. Meanwhile, to Eastern Kentucky, this is a team that prides itself on the little things. Offensive rebounds, forcing turnovers, and steals. They are getting beat in 2 of those 3 categories here tonight. Head coach A.W. Hamilton particularly animated in that last time out, telling his team, if you can't get back and set a ball screen, raise your hand and I will kindly take you out of the ball game. I guess, of course, he contrasted that with a more relaxed message following that, saying, do us, generate turnovers, down 18, who cares, let's come back and win this ball game. Brent and DeMarcus, back to you.
Thanks, Mia O'Brien, Brent Martineau, DeMarcus Daniels, and well, while Mia was talking, you saw it. A.W. Hamilton still not happy after that. They had the rebound, just lost it out of bounds.
And it's just not going their way tonight, Brent. That's tough to see. You did a great job contesting the shot by Jaden Parker at the rim. You had the ball in your hands, just bounced off your leg.
Jose Placer, by the way, as you see him trying to tighten up that sneaker, is having a tough night. 2 for 12, 1 for 6 shooting from downtown. He's really only one. The Ospreys have been very good shooting the basketball, 56% in the second half. They've taken care of the basketball with just 9 turnovers. And the story has been Eastern Kentucky. 18 turnovers, baby, and 36% shooting in the second half. They're just not getting the 3 ball to go down. 4 of 16 from three-point land. Just an off night so far. They've got 11 and a half minutes to correct it, but so far it's been an off night.
And it's tough to get in the rhythm with your shooting if you're turning the ball over so many times consecutively. But as we said so many times, they have the talented players, they have the shot creation, they have the defense, so the Ospreys can't take their foot off the gas here.
15 to go on the shot clock. They figure that out. Chaz Lanier now has it, and he'll control the ball along with Jarius Hicklen. Hicklen wide open and got it to go. Jarius Hicklen has been sensational tonight for the Ospreys. He's got 16.
And that's a big mental error there from EKU, leaving Jarius Hicklen open.
And now a steal for Lanier. Oh, he lost it out of bounds. And the intensity is just so much more on the Ospreys side. The energy, they are just playing with a little more want-to right now.
Yeah, they're in rhythm, so they're picking up their energy. They're ready to make the next play, ready to make the pounce on the next loose ball. And they're making it tough for EKU here.
The Ospreys have some question marks, with Carter Hendrickson not playing at all in the second half right now after 15-point first-half performance, and a block by Jaden Parker. And now Jose Placer sidelined with an ankle injury. Enzi tries to hit a 3. He misses. But I will say this, Jarius Hicklen playing the way he's playing, that could be a key factor as long as those guys are healthy next week. I think that's a big part of the equation for the Ospreys. They need Hicklen scoring the basketball.
It's kind of a flashback or a throwback to last season with Carter and Jose out of the lineup from a lot of the conference play. Jarius Hicklen really rose to that second lead guard there for the Ospreys.
Here's Enzi. He's not afraid to take it to the rack. He tries, and to no avail there. Now a 3 ball, no good, and the 3-point shooting continues to be a problem for Eastern Kentucky. 63-42 our score.
Good to see Jose Placer coming back into the game for the Ospreys. Hopefully that ankle's okay. They're going to have to handle this pressure from EKU down the stretch.
Well, the one problem for Eastern Kentucky is getting into the pressure. They haven't made many baskets here in the second half. They scored just 12 points in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, that's a good point, Brent. It's tough to set up your press if you're not scoring the basketball.
Lanier running the point. Hicklen has it with 7 to shoot. He'll step back and shoot a 3. No good. Highly contested that time. Who's going to get going on the scoring front? Here's Moreno. He had it going from three-point land in the first half. And that's a bad foul by Oscar Berry because it was an easy 2 no matter what for Cozart. And Cozart, who's been a bit quiet in the second half, now has 14.
And he's great job there by Moreno, kind of coming off the ball screen, kind of perusing the lane. Tough position there for Oscar Berry defensively. Do you take Moreno? Do you stay with Cozart? And unfortunately, he's able to send Cozart to the line for an N1 opportunity, and he knocks it in. That's a big possession there by EKU. Get on the board, set up your press.
And they need to go on a run here.
Got to claw your way back into this ball game, possession by possession.
Lanier and Hicklen breaking the press. Picks up the basketball, and it's a dangerous spot, but he finds Parker. And now Hicklen wide open for three. Plenty of spacing, no good. And Parker able to come away with a rebound. Be interesting to watch Plaisir here on the offensive end. What can he do with that ankle? He's back out there, but he hasn't really touched the ball. And now an easy lay-in for Chaz Lanier. The seas parted.
Almost another turnover there forced by the Ospreys. And you're right, Brent, the seas part. That's a good read there by Chaz Lanier. Off ball, seeing that your guy was in trouble. He picked up his bounce, and you just cut toward the basket, give reward 2 easy points.
I keep talking about Hicklen and his prowess in terms of shooting and the scoring output, but what about Chaz Lanier? Comes out of the game with 10 points. Remember, he had the offensive interference, or it would be a dozen. I mean, he's been excellent tonight, and he's really been excellent the last week or so. So maybe he's the guy that's catching fire and can be a key contributor down the stretch of the season. A lot of contact underneath, no call. The offensive rebound of Moreno, and he's able to not get it the first time, but get it the second time.
Good effort there by Moreno, staying with it. That's the kind of energy you need when you're down 20 on the road.
Here's Plaisir with the basketball. He looks okay, so that's the first time we've seen him really shift and move since leaving the game, and he looks fine. 8.5 to go in the basketball game. Ospreys up by 18. Plaisir with just a bad pass.
Yeah, bad read there by Jose.
Now Moreno for three, no good, and that felt like a good opportunity for Eastern Kentucky to gain some momentum. They come up empty. They're still pursuing it on the defensive end. Hicklen able to keep his dribble alive. And now Plaisir in the corner gets it to go. Another big three for Jose Plaisir. It's a 21-point advantage again.
And that's the type of night it's been for Eastern Kentucky. Your guy falls down on defense, showing good hustle, and Ospreys wind up with the open three in the corner. Just everything going against EKU here in this game, especially in the second half.
The one guy really not shooting the basketball well, able to knock down the three. That's what kind of night it's been for Eastern Kentucky. And they cannot hit a three-point basket right now. But Moreno, give him a lot of credit, battling under the boards.
As back-to-back possessions, able to come away with an offensive rebound, 2 points for EKU.
Well, this trade isn't going to work out for Eastern Kentucky, though. They need some defensive stops and points in a hurry. They're down by 19 with 7 minutes and counting to go.
And the clock is not their friend right now.
Seven to go on the shot clock. Ospreys wasting some time on this possession. Now Hicklen will step back for a three, no good. And Moreno's all over the glass right now. And that's going to be a foul against Oscar Berry. And that should send us to immediate timeout. 6:52 to go in the basketball game. Ospreys in full control. They took control in the early stages of the second half. They haven't relinquished it yet. Can they hold on to it for 6:52? We'll find out. Coming up next on ESPN+.
So if I buy this today, I get free service for life?
Something like that. Congratulations.
Thanks. What is this?
Oh, it's standard. It's in the contract.
So I get all this for free?
Yeah, something like that.
I trust you too.
You can keep the pen.
Everything okay?
I'm just looking for the string.
The books are 100% free. No strings attached.
All the books an undergraduate will need, all free.
You fired up the grill for one hot dog? Seriously?
Hot dogs, better with Pepsi.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Jose Placier with the three, and 68-49 is the lead. UNF over Eastern Kentucky. Brett Martin, DeMarcus Daniels, and Mia O'Brien joins us here at UNF Arena. Let's check in with Mia. Let's not check in with Mia. Let's check in with those guys right there in the student section. Get fired up. 6:52 to go.
They're loving this performance from the Ospreys. Great energy from UNF tonight on both ends of the ball. It's got to keep it up, close out this game.
Another miss. And really the bottom line is Eastern Kentucky is just not shooting the basketball well at all.
No, they're not. They're good and decent looks, just unable to make them.
Ospreys have hustled to every 50-50 ball. Another example of it with Oscar Berry. 15 to go on the shot clock. Dorian James likes this position against Moreno. Able to get it to go off the glass. It's now 70-49. Ospreys have put 4 into double figures, by the way. And there's another opportunity for Eastern Kentucky. Carter Hendrickson has not played this second half. Jose Placier has been out for some time and is now in the game with an ankle injury, so he's not 100%. Jonathan Abar has been suspended for this game. And the Ospreys are up by 19 on one of the top teams in the ASUN. Pretty impressive, baby.
That's very impressive output from the Ospreys. And that's a recognition of a good team. Realize that we're not at full strength. We got to up our energy, up our intensity. And they rose to the occasion tonight.
There's Placier. He got some good elevation on that jumper. That ankle's fine, man, and he knocks it down. And he's hit a couple now in the last few minutes.
I think that ankle's okay, Brent, as you said. Good job by the Ospreys there. Good job by Chaslin there getting another possession for UNF. They're taking time off the clock and getting good shots. That's what you have to do when you're up so big. Look at Mike Moreno fighting for another offensive opportunity. And he's really been showing a lot of energy here in the second half for EKU.
I think Hicklen got the arm there, and he'll be whistled for the foul.
There's still plenty of time left to play in this ball game. I know the Ospreys are up 22. But with a team that's as efficient as EKU has been this season on offense, you don't want to kind of get lackadaisical with the basketball, get some turnovers, foul guys, send them to the line, allow them to score without the clock running. But you got to execute. First thing you have to do now is accept the pressure off this free throw. Get the ball into the front court, and then run your offense, burn some time, get a good shot.
There's so many storylines in this game. The Ospreys playing good basketball, but Eastern Kentucky really hasn't. 18 turnovers, 4 of 19 from three-point land. Those are categories they're usually better than the opponent in, and they're just not tonight. They only have 53 points scoring the basketball. Dorian James trying to gather himself, and they call a block. He gets the draw. He was a little out of control, speeding to the rim, but he gets the whistle in his favor.
And that's a good read by Dorian James. Maybe a little bit out of control towards the end, but if they're going to pressure you, still can be aggressive and try to put points on the board. Don't try to keep away with the basketball. So there's guys going to pressure you 94 feet, and you can get by them, get all the way towards the rim. You got to take that opportunity.
Dorian James, 4 points so far tonight, 4 rebounds as well. Does more than what shows up in the stat sheet, too.
He does all the little things for the Osprey Ball Club with his versatility on defense. First off, I'm able to switch ball screens, and he does a great job rebounding the ball on the offensive end and also on the defensive end.
Just jumping in with us, Carter Hendrickson had 15 points in the first half. Jarius Hicklen had 13. The Ospreys led by 8 at halftime against Eastern Kentucky. 12 turnovers for Eastern Kentucky in that opening 20 minutes. The first 5 minutes of the second half, Carter Hendrickson has not played the entire second half. We still don't know officially why. Jose Placier got hurt in the second half, was in and out, but he has hit 2 threes in the last few minutes. But the first 5 minutes of that second half, they ballooned the lead from 8 to 18, and baby, they really haven't let up on it. Really hasn't been a strong run from Eastern Kentucky since the 15-minute mark of this second half.
EKU hasn't made a push, Brent, to kind of get the lead under 15, get it to 12, kind of put some pressure on the Ospreys. It's kind of been back and forth between 22, 16, 17 points. That's a good job by UNF. taking advantage of the turnovers. If the team's going to give you the ball that many times, UNF done a great job of converting those opportunities on the offensive end. They deserve some credit for that.
Jarius Hicklen's been outstanding. How about 16 points, 9 assists, and a handful of rebounds as well. Terrific night for Jarius Hicklen. Here's Capiti, gets doubled now and just launches a shot. How did he get it to go? That was a heck of a shot. Of all the shots that have not gone down for Eastern Kentucky, somehow that one went in. Placer continues to put people on skates. Good pass to Chaz Lanier and an easy two to break the press.
EKU's very extended on their pressure, and Osprey's doing a good job of moving the ball with passing.
Capiti able to get another couple, and easy too, but it's still a 19-point game. Nothing is changing except the clock is just moving closer to a finality point of this basketball game. 76-57 is our score.
Okay. Yep, I'll be on camera to start, and then we'll pan to Carter. Perfect. Welcome back into UNF Arena, where still no official word on exactly what has kept Carter Hendrickson on the bench here in this second half after a 15-point first half. Again, it took him about 5 minutes of game time to come out of the locker room with head athletic trainer Fred Burnett. As you can see behind me, though, Carter has rejoined his teammates on the bench. He's been very vocal. I did see him stress to Fred as he was kind of moving his wrist a little bit. For what it's worth, as you see Carter with that right wrist taped up, he always tapes up that right wrist. He did kind of stretch it out a little bit, but from what the athletic training staff told me, no real injury to report. Again, just questionable to return is all we know right now. But he has been active, Brenton DeMarcus, in the huddle, coaching up his teammates and encouraging them to finish the job here against Eastern Kentucky.
The Ospreys will try to do 76-57 our score. They've really been brilliant in the second half. And Eastern Kentucky is going to need one heck of a push if they're going to pull off a miracle comeback here in this second half. Eastern Kentucky goes to Jacksonville University, by the way, on Friday night. Bellarmine comes to town against the Ospreys on Friday to close out the regular season. Once again, the Ospreys have clinched a spot in the ASUN tournament. Now it's just a matter of seeding and who they play, and it's a little odd because the 7 plays the 8 and the 9 plays the 10 in the opening round, and most of that is because they play it at the 1 and 2 seed home court. So then 1 seed, at least in this instance right now, Kennesaw State, would play the 9 or 10, and Liberty, the 2 seed, would play the 7 or 8. So that's why it's not 7 versus 10, 8 versus 9 in typical fashion, more from a travel standpoint.
Yeah, I think that's more of the travel standpoint because they don't want to reseed it after that opening round.
Another three-pointer misses, and that's been the story for Eastern Kentucky. 4 of 20 now. The Ospreys on the other side, 13 of 31. Capiti is getting hot here in the late stages, though. He scored 6 in a row.
Yeah, they've done a good job finding him around the basket.
Lanier smartly pulls it out. Ospreys with 5 in double figures. Carter had 15 in the first half, hasn't played in the second half. 10 for Parker, 16 for Hicklen. Jose Placer now has 11. And Chaz Lanier has been terrific with a dozen.
Good team effort. A lot of guys stepping up, knocking in their shots. Everybody's being active on the defensive end. So if you're Coach Driscoll and the coaching staff for the Ospreys, you're very impressed with your team as a whole tonight, especially with guys in and out of lineup with Jose and Carter. So it's a good job for a good win at home if they can go ahead and close it out.
I think that's what you like to see is he never really allowed Eastern Kentucky to get back in. Now, some of that was self-inflicted, missing shots, turnovers by Eastern Kentucky. But they never let them get a breath of life here in the second half, and that's why it's still a 17-point game.
No, they didn't.
Another shot misses by Walker.
That's good defensive possession there by the Ospreys. Kind of held under pressure, burn the clock. That's all you can do.
And we've got a foul on the sideline. And they'll call it on Capiti. You know, Devontae Blanton, who we highlighted in the early part of this game, really can score it. 8 points, a very quiet 8 points, 4 of 11 shooting. He had some good-looking shots. It just wouldn't go in for him. And Isaiah Kozar, who was terrific in the first half with 10 points, seemed like he got a little fatigued in the second half. Just a handful of points and definitely not as big a factor here in the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, he looked a little bit winded there and coming back out of the halftime break. As for Blanton, he had some shots, like you said, they rimmed out, but they couldn't get in the rhythm with all the turnovers.
Walker with another miss. And that three-point basket just will not go down for the Colonels. .222 to go in the basketball game. Looks like the Ospreys are going to get a win, and it'll be a good night because they'd already qualified for the ASUN tournament. A win would have done that as well, but they got both. They got a JU loss, and they got a win. It looks like on their home floor, and another one in the month of February where they've played really good basketball in February. They're now going to be 5-2, it appears, and their only losses by a couple of points. One on almost a buzzer beater by Florida Gulf Coast that banked in, and then the other night against Austin Peay, which was a frustrating loss on the road after a big win against Lipscomb. So this team is playing overall, I would say, their best basketball at the right time.
Yeah, for sure. They're playing their best basketball of the season as a team, as you said, overall, especially the kind of last couple games from Chaslin. He's been a huge lift for them off the bench, have some offense, and also we all know how good he is on defense. Another miss around the rim from EKU, and it's just been a tough night for them.
Yeah, I don't think A.W. Hamilton will mind some of the shot selection. I think it's just one of those nights where a lot of them didn't go in. He'll mind the turnovers. I don't think he liked that. I don't think he'll like some of the defense that was played tonight. But I think some of the shots are a different story. I think they make those shots often, just not tonight.
Yeah, just not tonight.
Dorian James now with a couple of ticks left on the shot clock, just misses, and that ball volleyballed up to Capiti. But it doesn't look like it's going to matter anymore. 90 seconds to go, and this game is all but done. Walker able to lay it in. It's just a matter of what the final score is going to be. 15-point advantage for the Ospreys. And this one has really never been in doubt since the 15-minute mark, I would say, of the second half. 8-point advantage, balloon to 18, and that was all she wrote.
And that's what you want to talk about. The first 3 minutes after the halftime break, the Ospreys did a great job capitalizing their lead and extending it, and they haven't relented.
And they did this all in the second half without Carter Hendrickson, which is a really important part of the story. One, because they can do it without Carter Hendrickson, and two, well, hopefully Carter Hendrickson's okay, because they need Carter Hendrickson.
And also doing it without Jonathan Abar. He's been absent all night with the suspension, so playing shorthanded from the rip. And losing another guy after the break. Did a great job by the Osprey as a unit coming together and extending this lead and just holding on to it.
But you remember, too, it was Jaden Parker at the early stages of the second half that kind of set the tone. He went 4 for 4, I believe it was, in the first 5 or 6 minutes of the second half. 8 quick points. And he's been sensational. Stayed out of foul trouble, which we talked about because they didn't really have anywhere to go. And Parker got in foul trouble against a guy like Kozart. He's had a phenomenal game as well.
Yeah, he did a great job coming out of the break. 4-4, as you mentioned, also blocked a lot of shots and did a good job rebounding the ball, which was a weak point for the Ospreys in the first half.
77-61. Final minute of play here at UNF Arena. Final game coming up from UNF Arena in 2022-23 on Friday night at 7 o'clock. You can catch it on ESPN+. And now Dorian James fouls Walker, and he'll get 3 opportunities at the free throw line because of it. The one last game here at the arena, it'll be senior night. And then you really hope Carter Hendrickson is healthy to play, because he gets one more chance to play in front of the home crowd, and he has had a terrific career. Much like the guys that you played with and yourself, it has been that kind of career for Carter Hendrickson. His name's all over the record books, and he's really committed a big part of his basketball career to this university.
Yeah, he's been a great player to have in the Osprey uniform. It's been a pleasure to watch him play over the last 5 seasons. He's one of the all-time greats in UNF history. And also a great guy off the court, so my hat's off to Carter on a well-done career. The job's not done. You earned your spot into the tournament, as we mentioned, with the JU loss, but you have an opportunity to go out on top with a championship. But you got to take it a game at a time, and it starts, and that continues. That mentality should carry over to Friday night against Bellarmine.
I don't know if we'll get the time in the Friday game as much as his stats showcase, but we've got a little time now. How about top 10 in points, which is really second here at UNF. 3-pointers made 4th. 3-pointers attempted 2nd. Free throws made 5th. Free throw percentage 6th. Rebounds 4th. Assists 10th. Rebounding average 10th. Defensive rebounds 2nd. Defensive rebound average 5th. Games played 3rd. Games started 8th. And minutes 4th. That's how nice of a career it's been for Carter Hendrickson. Hopefully he gets to put a nice bow on it on Friday night, and he's okay for the Ospreys to make an ASUN run next week on the road. And that'll do it. An offensive rebound's going to cap this thing off. Just a sensational performance for the homestanding Ospreys. And they were limited. No Jonathan Abar, suspended for this game. They'll get him back on Friday night. Carter Hendrickson, obviously injured. Well, we don't know if he's injured. He didn't play the second half. We know that. So we'll find out more about that. And hopefully he plays Friday night and beyond. Jose Placer, good news. Went out with an ankle injury, came back, hit 2 threes. And the Ospreys got a lot of help now. Chaz Lanier, Jaden Parker. Guys like Oscar Berry hitting big shots. And Jarius Hicklen was sensational all night long for the Ospreys.
Yeah, that he was. Jarius was a great steadying force, having Carter and Jose in and out lineup. His ability to handle the pressure and also knock in three balls from the perimeter.
16 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds, by the way, for Jarius Hicklen. Eastern Kentucky just goes across town on Friday to play Jacksonville University. And then, of course, the ASUN tournament. Right after that, we mentioned the Ospreys will be home on Friday for their finale here at UNF Arena. So come on out and support the Ospreys. Let this place rock one more time. It's fun playing in front of this home crowd when it's rocking and the students are here.
Best crowd in the ASUN.
So now we got the standings here, and you see where the Ospreys sit. That is not updated. That was going into the night where they're now 8-9 in conference play and really playing for that 7, 8, 9, 10 seed. Right now, if it stays this way, Ospreys would play Bellarmine again. Not just Friday, but again in that opening round of the ASUN tournament. And that would be at Liberty. And if they win that game, if things hold, they would then play Liberty in the quarterfinals. Then they reseed after that. But it's taking 4 wins now in the ASUN tournament for the Ospreys, given their record in seeding, to make it to March.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts close out the season. Kind of a convoluted process with the first round game in the ASUN tournament. But good job by the Ospreys getting the victory that they needed tonight to build some